Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hold up, y'all. Let me refresh this thing here that I have. Welcome. How do I sound? Manager says I have arrived. Everybody has arrived. Shout out to everybody for arriving on time. Shout out to y'all. Right, now, let me mute myself because I could hear myself somewhere else. Hopefully, you guys can hear me and the sound is perfect. How is everybody doing? I hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday. I'm a little congested. Yes, I am. I'm sick again. Okay. I know it's bad, but when you're around family, expect somebody to carry something that you're just like, you weren't ready for. Welcome, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Annie T, are you sick too? Oh no. Oh, do I sound perfect? Well, I thank you, thank you. Now let me ask you guys a question. All right. Can y'all tell me, let me know in the chat, what are some of the New Year's resolutions that you guys have? Let me know in the chat. What are some of the things that you guys are resolutioning? Let me know. Let me know. Welcome, Tiffany. I see you. Welcome. We have arrived again. Hey, everybody, hit that like button. I sound like me. I'm so glad. What are some of the things that y'all are resolutioning? Resolutioning? Did I just make up a word? Totally. Well, I'm sorry, Bombs Becca. It's going around, girl. I don't get a break. You know what I mean? Yes, blocking might be too low. Okay. Some suggest some volume up on your mic. All right, well, let me do that. I can do that. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. How about now? How about now? Okay. Ooh, jeez. I've arrived. Y'all are arriving. I'm letting the people get in here. Let those notifications go out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, well, shout out to you. I see everybody. You hear me and you see me. Okay. Y'all are not making resolutions? Let me know. Oh, eating healthy. I'm sorry, Chrissy. We'll feel better, okay? Shout out to you guys. I stopped making resolutions a long time ago. Y'all, some people are still making resolutions, you know? Now, I'm just wondering because I had a deep thought about this. You know, I said there's some resolutions that I made them, but I never really actually achieved them. So maybe I need to figure out about that. You know what I mean? Like figure out how to make our resolutions resolute. There you go. So that they conclude. I'm going to make a resolution to do my less impulse online buying. That's becoming a thing, you know? A lot of people are doing that. Miss Janie's, you and everybody else. You and everybody else, we're all the same. Your resolution is to make a YouTube channel? Shout out to you. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There is no break in the action. Oh man, oh man. Shout out to Diddy Docket. More self-reflection. No resolutions. Every day is resolved to expand knowledge and continue to build resilience. Make a resolution to keep resolutions. My resolution is to keep resolutions. That's beautiful. I like it. I like it. Let those resolutions resolute. You know what, Steven? I'm there with you on that. I definitely got to get back on my keto wagon. Keto has definitely helped me cut carbs and sugar, and I need to do that, but it's been hard. That's for sure. Welcome, Jenny. Okay, Kim says resolution I made 10 years ago. It was the only one I ever kept. Not to make anyone any more resolutions. True story. Okay, I got you, Kim. Well, shout out to you. I'm glad that you at least kept one. You know what I mean? Wow, wow, wow. You said, hey, Rabbit, my boyfriend and I decided to make one together. It's bound to blow up. All right, Suzanne, you got to let us know what that is at some point. Oh, man. Anyways, well, do forgive me. I'm getting over this stuff that I have. I still shout out to Sylvia, okay, because I still got like the 8 boxes of tissue. Thank you, Sylvia. I wouldn't be able to blow my nose if it wasn't without you. Just joking. I've been using toilet paper, you know, and then Sylvia's like, no, girl, you got to use some, we going to send you 8 boxes of tissue. So I had a whole Amazon 8 boxes of tissue delivered to me, and that's what we've been using. So yes. Okay. So I'm going to take breaks in between, of course, to blow my nose, but Listen, Linda, okay? We got some stuff to review. Now hold up, y'all, because I could feel like I need to blow my nose again. One sec, y'all. When you feel that tinkling sensation, you're like, let me blow my nose. I want to make sure. Thank you. Okay, so let me just say this. We have some stuff to talk about. Definitely have a lot of stuff to talk about. And I think we're gonna get started with what's been kind of breaking a little bit here. Did y'all know that Diddy had a meltdown behind bars? Did y'all hear about that? Because apparently that is what is happening. Now, I would suspect, right, that he had a huge meltdown. Okay. I said, well, do I really care? Not really. I don't. But apparently he's been having a lot of meltdowns behind bars. I mean, let me know what you guys think about this. How many meltdowns a day is did he have? And it seems a lot. Well, let me just say this. Look at all these ads. Oh my God. Tinkle Tits would be mad at me right now if he was modding. Okay, so Diddy huge prison meltdown revealed as trafficker rapper remains in hellhole jail. So Sean Combs had a festive meltdown in a notorious hellhole prison because he couldn't believe he was still behind bars. It was claimed. So the people are listen. Do we have any tissue emojis in the chat? Because I don't know. Y'all feel bad. Let me know. Y'all might feel bad for the man. I don't, you know. I don't. I don't. Is that bad that I don't? I don't. Mm-mm. Right, Kraken. Put that in all caps, love, right? Like, it makes you wonder. How many people have not gone through things because of this man? And this man is having a meltdown behind bars. As let me know if y'all care, okay? Shout out to everybody who has just arrived. Shout out to Christine. Love. Shout out to you. I think he's scared because he knows the truth is gonna come out, says Manna Joe. Oh Lord, Lord, Lord. I mean, what do y'all think? See, there you go, the tissues. Morris, how are you, love? I have a lot of meltdowns and they don't ever make the news. Well, the meltdowns are happening behind the bars, okay? Yes, I don't think a lot of us care at this point, but apparently sources are saying that he had a meltdown, and it's been a struggle. I think this is one of many though. So a panic Diddy reportedly pleaded with guards to be taken to a prison hospital for observation, claiming he thought he was having a breakdown on Thursday. Okay. The guards at the Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center refused his request, according to a source close to the rapper who was locked up in September. Now, with his high power legal team, Diddy thought he'd be out on bail by now. That's the thing. You see, he thought that he would be out on bail by now. Bill says Diddy having a meltdown every 5 minutes. Listen, Bill. I mean, imagine the listen, I don't feel bad whatsoever because there's been a lot of people that have had to serve time having meltdowns and have not gotten away with the crimes that this man allegedly, in my opinion, has gotten away. Somebody called a wambulance. Now, wait a minute. Did y'all hit the like button? Because I'm about to have a meltdown if you're not liking this stream, okay? A Diddy size meltdown, all right? Listen, listen. Yeah, you don't get a doctor for a meltdown in jail. I mean, that's maybe he was having a hard time breathing. That's what I want to know. His lawyer has been a little bit quiet. I don't think he's officially quit. Lawyer is lawyering also for Luigi Mangione, okay? And then he's also dealing with Diddy. Agnifilo is like all over the place at this point. And I will say, honestly, that it makes me kind of wonder like all of these attorneys, they always got their pockets everywhere, which shout out to them. I'm not mad at them for, the representation. Don't get me wrong, right? Because we need to have good attorneys to do their jobs. Okay. But I do have to kind of wonder like, when does it become a conflict of interest when, you have somebody like all over the place being public and everything? Like the likes of Alex Spiro is literally representing a shitload of people. And you kind of have to wonder there's no conflict of interest. Nobody's worried about anything. Okay, well, Whatever, Linda, whatever. Yes, yes, yes. Where are all the mods? They'll get in here when they get in here. Shout out to you guys. Do we need mods? Let me know. Oh, please. He thought he'd be getting some meds to make him feel better. I have no sympathy to what he did to all the victims. Wow. Let me know. I'm telling you, he has withdrawals from something. You know, you're not the only one who has said this, that there's possibly withdrawals. Let me know. I mean, there could be that. He could be going through like withdrawals of things. I don't know. I heard that he lost a lot of weight in the last hearing. I don't know. You never know. You never know. You said, please show me how to opt to gifted memberships. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Says Lori. Well, that's an option that you put in the chat, actually, Lori. Shout out to you. Okay. Let me see. But they have so many junior associate lawyers that are working the cases. Well, couldn't you just have somebody like do that as well? Like you could just have one of your associates work the case, right? Makes you wonder. Makes you wonder. I'm not surprised he's flipping out. That place is really bad. He used to be in royalty. So sad, don't care, all deserved. Let me know. You said, why doesn't he eat for fear of being poisoned? Well, what is he worried about? You know? He's not eating because he's worried about being poisoned behind bars. Asking for the internet. Yeah, the internet wants to know, right? Did he dock it? Manny behind the mic. Is that you? I thought he would be happy getting all the man action he ever wanted. Oh my God, Manny. You would say something like that, wouldn't you? Shout out to Manny behind the mic. How are you, love? Listen. Not all the men. Look, I will say that I think that this must be difficult for him, okay, at this point, right? Because this is a man that has been, you know, all his life he's been above the law and nobody has held him accountable to anything, and now he's sitting here having to be held accountable for the things that he's allegedly, in my opinion, has done, right? We will see how this trial goes, but even if he's having the meltdowns now, just imagine what it's going to look like later. You know what I mean? Because we just got started. All of this just got started. You know, it's too much. You said he's not used to having to make it ramen and beef logs. Prison ramen. I heard prison ramen was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. I heard about it. I heard that they make like little burrito prison ramen tacos things. Y'all heard about that? Like they do the prison ramen and then they put the sausages and they I don't know. I heard. Why are you laughing so much? Shout out to y'all, okay? Everything with him was about power and being untouchable. He doesn't care who it is or what age. You know what? As much as I am not a fan of what's his name? The politician that went behind bars. Shine, okay? Shine did serve a lengthier sentence, right? Because of all this mess. But did he care about Shine? No. He let him go down for his mess, right? That being said, it is what it is, in my opinion, when it comes to this. It just is. We have to understand that some of these people, what he's doing here, it's all coming back to him. Now, at the end of the day, if he's found guilty, he's found guilty for the things that he's done. But I don't feel no type of way about this. This is what happened to R. Kelly too. You know what I mean? This is how it happened. It is what it is. Now, okay, spending the holidays behind bars was a nightmare for him. This is what sources are saying. Okay. So, with his high power legal team, he thought that he was going to be out and about Christmas shopping and doing all this stuff like that. Okay. But spending the holidays behind bars was a nightmare for him. He eventually managed to calm himself down with the what is it, meditation techniques he's been using while he's been behind bars. It took him a few hours of deep breathing and focusing to get out of the bad space he was in, but he finally managed. So he had to get out of the bad space, okay, and he managed to get out. He figured it out, as I thought that he would. All right, so I mean, it is what it is. I guess he got out. He got out. Now, hold up, y'all. Let me let everybody know on Discord that we are live. For those, we are live now come on over. Thank you. Okay. Nadia, shout out to you. Karma is kicking his ass. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got these meditation things that he could do to calm down. He's calming down, right? He needs to figure out how to self-regulate from this. Like he's not getting his steak anymore. He's not getting his service anymore. There is no more that I know of any baby oil anymore that I know of. Okay, I don't know, but that's what I heard. That's what I heard is happening, and he's gonna struggle. Yeah, also heard that Puff gave Shine $1 million after he got out of the jail. Ricky, Lucy, Ricardo, I believe it. I believe it. I believe that he did the most. You know what I mean? Thank you, Cheeks. Shout out to our mods, Cheeks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Who is reporting the meltdowns? That's $1 million question. Like, Steeler Princess, ask them how y'all know this tea about Diddy and what's going on. I like to know. Anyways, let's keep going. So he did the little thing. He calmed down. A source close to Diddy, however, denies the claims, telling Mail.com the rapper is staying strong in prison despite missing his family a great deal at Christmas, which is a time he always spends with his children. All right. Whatever. Diddy's alleged meltdown comes as a judge ruled that an Alabama woman who says she was AR'd by Jayz and Diddy Combs when she was 14 can proceed anonymously for now in her lawsuit against the rap moguls. Let's talk about that. All right. So the internet is struggling with what is happening, the Jay-Z lawsuit, the Jay-Z and the Alex Spiro and Jay-Z loss. Everybody's having a reaction to this. And I kind of want to know what you guys think in the comments about this, because honestly, I'm not surprised whatsoever. I felt personally, and I said, and I said it before in the other videos, it seemed to me that Alex Spiro kept attacking Busby and not the argument. And that is going to be problematic, period, point blank. It doesn't matter whatsoever. Right. And so right now, I think Jay-Z is kind of playing it cool, trying not to like really make a big deal about this or make it seem like, he's bothered. I think he really is bothered by this whole situation. I just see it, but at the same time, it's like, yo, like, Spiro, calm down. You're not going to bully the court, and you're not going to go above and beyond what the rulings are. They're not going to change procedurals, things for you. Like, you're breaking rules. You're doing the most. Stop trying to force people's hands, which it makes me wonder if Spiro and Jay-Z can be this aggressive, what does it look like in real life? Like if to out somebody. At some point, the court is going to tell the Jane Doe, you need to reveal yourself. Shout out to BJ who broke the lawsuit down. She said in there, at some point, she is going to reveal herself. Right now, she's not revealing herself. She's allowing her to remain quiet. Do what you got to do. File as a Jane Doe. All right. But at some point, she's going to have to reveal herself. You know what I mean? It's going to happen. It is. Everything has always best been hidden in plain sight. They're trying to see the first tactic bullying works. And, and by the way, I love that BJ said this because I'm kind of with her on this too. I'm not for Busby and I'm not for Jay-Z. I'm not for any of these people. First of all, they don't pay my bills. None of these people pay my bills. YouTube, Google AdSense pays my bills. So I'm allowed to have a different kind of opinion that may not necessarily be one that's like for somebody or against somebody, right? Like we're allowed to do that. But I can call it how I see it. I do feel like there's this bullying tactic happening. Same with what's his name? The alleged son who was suing Jay-Z, Ramir. He tried to sue, and then somehow Jay-Z and lawyers were able to get about doing that DNA testing. Y'all remember that? Thank you. To me, church lady, yeah, they're one and the same. Busby and Spiro and all these people. They are. Bill, they sent dates for the motions, but not the trial yet. So that, for that, they haven't even gone to discovery. So all of this moving around and trying to hurry up and bully people and push people, it don't sit right for me. Not only for Jay-Z, but like for anybody. So this is what I say. Listen, I sit down and I eat my food and I see how things play out before I make up my mind. I truly hope that things happen the way that they need to. But there is this like bullying tactic that is happening that is really kind of going all crazy when it comes to this case. And we will see. We will see. And I'm glad that she ruled the way that she did, where she had to remind Spiro, like, sit down, listen, these are the dates, and this is how you're going to do the filing, and you're not going to get above and beyond what's already written because these are the rules. This is how we do things here in federal court. Okay? Yes. You said maybe she wants to wait to expose herself pending what her case holds. Could be. Could be. You said whistleblowers and Jane Does need to be protected. In my opinion, their safety should be ensured as much as possible. You know what's so crazy? And I'll remind you guys again, when Spiro filed the lawsuit, as much as they went trashing the father of this young woman, okay, this woman who's like 38 now, it doesn't matter how much they trash. You know, they basically said the father is not supporting. There's inconsistencies. Something's happening with her story, right? Don't forget what Spiro wrote in the documents that he submitted to the court. He said that he would be a witness. The father would be a witness to the defense. If this man does not remember what happened to this young woman, allegedly, right? That it happened and it happened the way that it happened. How is he going to be a witness to the defense? How is somebody who doesn't remember either, or how is this person going to be a witness to anybody? Shouldn't be a witness to the defense. Spiro wrote that he would be a witness to the defense in those legal documents. How? He doesn't remember anything. How was that going to happen? That's what I want to know. How does that happen? He shouldn't be a witness to anybody. He can't, because he doesn't remember anything, right? To show inconsistencies, I would imagine. You said not remembering is evidence itself. Is it though? How? Though, how is that evidence itself? Let me know. Explain it to me. Manager, welcome, welcome. Christine says that's just a bullying tactic. The father's not going to be a defense witness. I was so confused when I heard that. When I said, wait a minute, so you're not remembering is defense itself? Now, hold up. We have, I mean, the whole world is reacting to this. Everybody's reacting to what happened with Jay-Z. And I guess everybody expected that this would be dismissed. I felt like they overlooked a lot and they thought that they had this whole thing right where it needed to happen. But no. Here we go.
The woman alleging she was raped by Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs can remain anonymous. The woman says both men raped her at a party when she was 13 years old. Jay-Z's legal team had fought to get the case dismissed, arguing his accuser should have to reveal her name, but the judge disagreed. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the latest.
A legal victory for the woman who is suing Jay-Z for allegedly raping her when she was 13. A federal judge ruling the woman can proceed with the case while remaining anonymous, at least for now. But the judge also chastising the lawyers representing Jay-Z, accusing them of trying to fast-track the judicial process by repeatedly filing motions to reveal the identity of the Jane Doe to have the case dismissed.
Repeatedly fast-track the judicial process. That to me was like, yeah, you don't do that. Now, I'm not saying that I'm for Jay-Z or against Jay-Z. I'm just wondering, like, when did this become okay, right? And he's not a new lawyer. Spiro is a veteran. He's been practicing law for many, many years. I guess I'd like to know, like, when did he think, oh, this is okay, I'm gonna file a bunch of motions? Yes. You said if they tap dance for the devil, he's gonna come to collect. I don't feel sorry for any of the celebrities. Shout out to the church lady. Tap dance for that devil.
Judge writing in a 5-page brief that the Carter's lawyers' relentless filing of combative motions containing inflammatory language and ad hominem attacks is inappropriate, a waste of judicial resources, and a tactic unlikely to benefit his client. The court will not fast-track the judicial process merely because the counsel demands it. This latest legal twist coming after the recently filed civil lawsuit by Jane Doe, claiming that Jay-Z, whose real name is Shawn Carter, and P. Diddy drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after party after the MTV Music Awards in 2000 while an unnamed celebrity watched. Jay-Z has...
The judge was not swayed by, like, her memory, her inconsistencies. The judge could have done a bunch of different things here. The judge basically said, nope. Like, I don't know. Did the judge kind of call on this, like, if there's bullying happening? I wish that I can get into her mind to understand, like, what happened exactly. What made her say, nope, it's not going to happen this way. We're going to go this way. The judge could have done a bunch of different things here. The judge could have been like, we're dismissing this. This woman is a liar. We're dismissing this. Her inconsistent. The judge didn't even do that. She went ahead and put the dates in those papers. The judge was not swayed by a Jay-Z or anybody else. No. So to me, that says a lot.
Vehemently denied all the allegations, putting out this statement 2 weeks ago, writing in part, "This is a blackmail attempt." The multi-platinum artist, who was 30 at the time, now a business mogul with decades of hits to his name, with songs like Run This Town.
Hold up, I gotta skip the song here. Hold up, y'all.
About Jane Doe's account, and pointed to some alleged inconsistencies in her story.
It's not just that this story is a lie and that it's not true. It's provably, demonstrably false. This never happened.
So then this made me wonder, okay? Let's talk about this real quick. When I've never seen, now I never covered the R. Kelly trial, the R. Kelly case. Some of y'all might have been here for that, but I have never seen somebody like a lawyer go so hard for their client this way. You know what I mean? Go so hard for Jay-Z specifically. I went back and I was thinking, any of R. Kelly's lawyers, I don't even think Weinstein, who else? None of these lawyers went as far as to lay out inconsistencies that they saw out of Jane Doe's or John Doe's to defend their client. Never seen that. Why this one? Why this way? It's the money. Well, it just felt like a pressure. Like it just seemed very much pressurized. Why fight this way? It's very it was helpful, I think, for the court of public opinion to know the details, to outline everything. But I do wonder, like, why were they fighting this way? Miss Rabbit, do you think Jay-Z's team might try to get the judge removed off the case because he's upset? Ricky, Lucy, Ricardo, I don't know. I don't think they have that kind of power. But I'm kind of wondering about what tactics are going to be applied. Anything can happen. What kind of lawyer does a PowerPoint before the case on TV? Well, Bill, it's the same thing. What kind of, like, you could say the same for Busby. Busby, why the hell are you fighting on social media with these people? Like, they're doing the same tactics to each other. Did anybody, like, pick that up? You said, Nicole said it's reputation. Reputation. Could be. I heard on the Matthew Cox show, I think it's his name, that Busby waited to out Jay-Z. And once he got the evidence he needed, he added Jay-Z's name. Oof. I don't know. You said it. He's got a lot of high-profile people linking his pockets and probably has his own skeletons. Well, and this is why I'm wondering about this recovery, RCM. Let me say this, okay? If Alex Spiro currently is representing Meg Thee Stallion against, I think, Milagro Grams, the blogger, right? Meg Thee Stallion is also Rock Nation. There's a lot of Rock Nation-ness behind a lot of this, right? But they're very aggressive about defending their clients, which is absolutely fine, great, beautiful. But I do wonder about the tactics that they're going about this. If we're criticizing Busby for doing the same, saying what he's saying online, then you kind of have to wonder, well, why do all this with Jay-Z too? Like, both ways, it's just off. All of this is just off.
The judge writing that while Jane Doe can remain anonymous for now, she may be required to reveal her identity at a later date to allow Jay-Z's lawyers to collect facts necessary to prepare for trial.
Oftentimes, when someone is accused of a crime like this, the accuser doesn't want to be named. And if they are forced to be named, we have seen certain people decide to drop the lawsuit altogether.
Morgan Norwood, thank you. And Tony Busby, the lawyer representing Jay-Z and Diddy's accuser, says in a statement to ABC News, quote, "I will say that the coordinated and desperate efforts to attack me as counsel for alleged victims are falling flat. We won't be bullied or intimidated." And we did reach out to Jay-Z and his team, but did not get a response.
Ooh, you said, I remember, hold up, what did you say? I remember Tory Lane's dad yelling about Rock Nation and Jay-Z being corrupt. It was all weird and nobody cared. I heard about that too when Tory Lanez was sentenced. The thing about Tory Lanez, y'all, I'm not a fan. And, you know, I don't know what happened. People have questioned about Megan Thee Stallion's story. They've questioned a lot. At the end of the day, what I saw was, you know, a trial that happened and that he was convicted and that a lot of people followed through with that. I don't know if Tory Lanez, I don't know how I feel about Tory Lanez, if that makes sense. But what I do know is that there is this huge fight to silence certain people about certain things. And I'm kind of wondering about this. I'm just gonna say, like, whose pocket is where, who is supporting who is representing what is happening here? Because you do have to kind of wonder about these people outside the court. Yeah, I heard about that too. You said, I think Spiro is used to being able to fast track the cases or getting things thrown out. I definitely agree with that. Like, I think Spiro thought that he was just going to be like, you know, let's go this. I got a PowerPoint, you know, this is a TED Talk situation. You do have to kind of wonder the attempts to go above and beyond in certain things. You know what I mean? Let's see. Well, that's because this is starting to remind me of the OJ case and the rivalries where they called him. Ooh, I missed your comment. Well, they called him when they called into question even those not on trial. It's a lot. Maybe Spiro is scared and maybe threatened by Jay-Z. Well, I think he's got a job to do. Spiro's got a job to do. All these lawyers have a job to do. Now, let me just say this, okay? I still think Busby is not doing a very good job, in my opinion. I still think Busby needs to get his shit together when it comes to this. Like, Busby, as much as I'm not a fan of Ariel Mitchell Kid, at the very least, I'll give Ariel Mitchell her flowers by sitting next to her client while she was being interviewed on national television. Busby, you should have been there with your client. Even if she won, whether she won, whatever it was, right? Because you can't stop somebody from speaking. But he should have been there with the client to talk about this. He should have been there to say, like, listen, my client stands behind this, or this is how we feel, or I'm not going to let you do this to my client and whatnot. Yeah. You disagree? Tell me more. Why do you disagree, CC? Let me know why you disagree. Hey, Anon. Welcome, everybody. Busby was sent by higher ups to do this. People are side-eyeing Busby too. Let me just say this. I don't know. On both sides, right. How do we even know that was not a setup interview? Kraken, I don't know. At the end of the day, guess what? I will tell you what. These lawyers are going to get paid, aren't they? These lawyers will get paid. At the end of the day, I don't care what y'all say. Their clients might not get paid, but they will get paid. You think he's playing a long game? Cece, but you're not the only one who said that too. Oh my God. And I know I got some people here from Texas that know Busby's history too. He's got an interesting history too, y'all. People have said. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. Let me tell you something about these lawyers. It don't matter if they F up in court. They'll still get paid, right? They'll get paid either way. Whether their client loses or wins, they still get paid to a certain degree, right? Okay, Cece says, you're from Texas. I know I got people here from Texas that they can speak on certain things about Busby. You know, so to me, I don't put it past anybody. I'm not team anybody. I am not team anybody. I'm team for what is going to happen at the end of the court. Hell, these alleged victims are going to have to sit there and take on and face a judge, a jury, and their peers. And they're going to have to speak on these allegations, right? It's unfortunate, but that's the way the system is set up, y'all. Honestly. Now, let me just say this too. I need to introduce something here, okay? I think Aaron Carter is a victim. He was always a victim, okay? Some of y'all may not agree with me. I think Aaron Carter is a victim of the industry. To me, I put Aaron Carter and Aaliyah and a bunch of these celebrities in like victims, you know, because they were child stars and they get, you know, they're brought in and everything. To me, Aaron Carter is an example of a victim, an absolute victim that nobody gave a fuck about. Okay, let's be real. Hold on. Nobody gave a fuck about Aaron Carter. Okay. So now Aaron Carter's estate can't pay debts, right? And this is making news. And this makes me so, so mad. First of all, I'm not saying that Aaron Carter was the perfect person, individual. You know, clearly he had his struggles, but it makes me so mad to see that somebody, a young person who people profited from, including his family and those higher ups in the industry, somehow the debts can't be paid. And it's so sad. So if debts can't be paid, then what monies do his children have at the end of this? Nothing, right? So his massive estate, whatever that is insolvent, unable to pay massive $241,000 debt in 2 years after his death. How does that happen? I mean, I'm just wondering how all of this goes down. And so everybody, let's be real, everybody profited from Aaron Carter. Okay? In his last years, everybody, this young guy had a target on his back. He always did. He was not perfect whatsoever. Okay, but everybody profited from him while he was young. And I want, you know, all these music songs and stuff like that. We watched him struggle for this to happen where then they can't even pay the debt. So crazy that this is even news. You said, yeah, but I think he was struggling financially even before he died. Yes, but that's my question is, how is it that somebody who sold millions of records, okay, how is it that he was even struggling in the first place? This is so sad. Thank you for saying this, Katie. They chewed him up, spit him out, and now he's gone and there's no money. After he worked in the industry since childhood. That's insane to me. It truly is. They stole from him. They were all, yes, a lot of people were taking from him. Vultures picked him clean, absolutely. It really is sad. And so I didn't want to forget about Aaron Carter, but this broke today that the administrator of Aaron Carter's estate revealed his estate is insolvent and unable to pay off tax debt he left behind. In Touch can exclusively report. In Touch obtained the final report submitted by the administrator as part of Aaron's probate case. Aaron died on November 5th, 2022 at the age of 34. The pop star was found dead in the bathroom, and that's even questionable. I question about all that. I really do. And an autopsy revealed Aaron had prescription pills in his system. His cause of death was confirmed to be a drowning after inhaling things. I'm not even going to say the drug, and taking another drug. In the filing, the administrator said she informed the IRS and the state of California, franchise tax board of Aaron's death. The administrator said that the state of California filed a creditor's claim of $77,312. She said that this estate is insolvent and not able to pay said claim. On top of that, she said that the IRS said Aaron owed $46,000 for 2018 and another $118,000 for 2021. You know what? It's like people die, and this is just money. This young man led a really sad life. Yeah. And everybody picked at him, and everybody wanted a piece of Aaron Carter. While he was alive, they all had like their ideas and their thoughts about Aaron Carter. It's really, really sad to me, the story of Aaron Carter. A lot of people don't realize that all these perks again while on tour and promoting has to be paid back to the record label. And I had to learn that when you do a little industry digging, you tend to learn that it's their paybacks, right? You don't get any of this. I heard that too, that he was sexually assaulted and was getting ready to blow a whistle. Then he mysteriously died. I heard this too. I mean, he put that out there. There's a video where allegedly he said that his brother was also assaulted by somebody else in the industry who has since passed away. All right. That's what Aaron put out there in a video. that Nick was also a victim. But people, I mean, the Carter family is just a really sad situation. And they tried to kind of like get rid of him. I just think that it just wasn't what they wanted, from him. And maybe he knew too much. Maybe he knew too much on people. And they just, I'm not believing the cause of death. I think Aaron was problematic for a lot of people in the industry. They will. Yeah. Lou Pearlman, who is like sitting in a grave, another grave that's like unmarked. I was looking on the internet when I did a Lou Pearlman video. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. How all of that just goes down. And they abused them. They did. But I mean, that's just how the industry is. And I think we just have to kind of keep exposing the industry for what it is. It's just, they're vultures. They all are. You know what I mean? Hey, Wim, good morning or afternoon, wherever you're at. Yes, when they're no longer useful, they get rid of them. They stop performing. When they become a liability, they stop performing. That's how I see it. Okay. Let's talk about this situationship right here. Y'all remember this? Let me know if you remember this young woman here. We talked about her. Her name is Chanel Banks, okay? Chanel Banks, a couple of weeks, I want to say October to November, her family comes out and does a press conference about Chanel Banks is missing. Her mom and her cousin were holding press conferences outside of Chanel's apartment where Chanel's husband was living, okay? And then they did a GoFundMe for Chanel Banks. They were going out there saying that Chanel Banks was missing. Now, Chanel Banks did a couple of episodes on like Gossip Girl, a couple of Hollywood little appearances, but she hasn't worked in Hollywood for a couple years, okay? Let's keep this very clear, okay? So today it broke that she has filed a restraining order against her family. Now, Chanel Banks' family, after she appeared, she gave this exclusive interview about, my mom and my family, they're abusive, and I'm trying to get away from them. And Chanel's family is saying she's joined a cult. She's joined a church, and it's like a cult church. And they spotted her in videos, and I guess she like left to Texas or some other state or whatever to like join this religious cult. Allegedly, that's been said. Some folks went into my video and said, Rabbit, it's not a cult. It's a church. And she doesn't want anything to do with her family. So she has left. Well, she actually has decided to file restraining orders against her family. Restraining orders against her family. I said, oh my God, this has gotten real. The girl doesn't want anything to do with her mom or her cousin. Her cousin came out here. My cousin's missing. We were very close. She's been missing. She joined this cult, and we think her husband did something against her, and that wasn't even the case. That wasn't even the case. So anyways, let's read this. Chanel Maya Banks files a restraining order, claims mom, cousin assaulted husband. So Chanel Banks, the Gossip Girl actress who was reported missing by her family before posting a message on social media explaining that she was not in fact missing, has now filed a restraining order against her mother and her cousin. Oh my God. Banks filed for a restraining order Thursday, claiming her mother, is it Lunchman Judy Kumar and cousin Danielle have worked together to destroy her credibility and harass her. So this is the cousin, okay? And the cousin and the mama were doing press conferences. The mom looked very worried for Chanel, and they were holding these like outside the apartment press conferences saying all kinds of things. So now she's filing the restraining order against her family. She said, no, leave me alone. I just want to know why they don't leave her alone, because she don't want to be bothered. So this is her, for those that don't know. We reported on this a couple months ago.
Sharpshooter medal, well done.
Thank you, sir.
Tonight at 11, young, beautiful, and missing Hollywood actress Chanel Banks appeared in popular TV shows like Gossip Girls, Suits, and Blue Bloods. But tonight, her distraught family and close friends are desperate to find Chanel after she mysteriously vanished from her Playa Vista home. Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Suter joining us now with her family's plea for information that could.
This was a month ago or two that I remember this was reported. We talked about it. And so they were looking for her, and she's like, I'm not missing. Y'all need to leave me alone.
Bring the actress home. Leanne.
Mark, Chanel Banks' family has flown in from across North America to search for the missing 36-year-old. As the days continue to build, so do their fears for her safety.
Consider the mission a success. I had to pinch myself to keep from crying.
A real-life Hollywood mystery for family members of actress Chanel Banks. The 36-year-old who has appeared in Gossip Girl and Blue Bloods hasn't been seen or heard from in nearly 2 weeks.
Last time we physically saw her was on a FaceTime call on October the 27th. And her last text messages with us was October the 30th.
Banks' cousin says the 36-year-old is extremely close with her family, would never just disappear. Family members who have flown in from New York and Canada now posting flyers and pleading for help finding her. Adding to their growing concerns, they say Banks' husband of just over a year is not being cooperative, even removing the missing person flyers they've posted.
Well, he removed them because she was not missing. That's why he removed them. So this is the cousin who Chanel has decided to file a restraining order. Now, I'll tell you guys the church that she joined because the family was worried because they felt like she joined a cult. The church is by, what is the name of it? Robert Clancy is the man that runs the church. And there was footage that they captured of her. But the thing is like, she's over here filing restraining orders. Like, they won't leave her alone. So this is the cousin. Okay. And in the document, Bank says her mom and her cousin have repeatedly tried to make an unwanted contact with her after she says she told them she wanted a distance back in October. She says the pair then called Los Angeles police to report her as a missing person and had officers conduct a wellness check on her. So Chanel alleges that they wouldn't stop contacting her, even though her husband, Carlos, repeatedly told them she was fine and didn't want to speak to them. She says she even had text messages of them threatening to weaponize the police. Weaponize the police, y'all. And then Banks says on November 10th, her mom and her cousin broke into her apartment while she was away on a trip, allegedly attacking Carlos, stealing his work badge, putting an Apple AirTag on her car to track her movements. She says she filed a police report over the alleged incident. Banks says her mother and her sister then ramped up their attacks on her and her husband, continuing to accuse him of murder, going as far as to claim that Chanel should be put in a 5150 psychiatric hold. So what do y'all think? Yeah, that's a great. What about the GoFundMe? What do y'all think? Banks is asking the courts to stop the mother and the cousin from contacting her physically or electronically and to stop them from talking about her publicly. As we told you, Chanel was found alive and uninjured by the LAPD in November. So if girl does not want, oh, you are so welcome. Shout out to BJ, y'all. Please put some hearts in the chat for BJ. If the girl doesn't want contact with her family, why should she be forced to have contact with her family? Look, Chanel is well over the age of 30. If she wants to join a cult, I mean, she don't have no children joining the cult. It's just hers. Is she in a right to do whatever? If she wants to praise whoever, what do y'all think? Because literally, this is the video that we did a month ago. And I didn't really see a whole lot of people talking about this. But this is, all right, let me play a little bit, y'all. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, because this is what the church, this is what they do.
Your time is up. Your time is up.
Who?
It is now finished. I pray in the name of Jesus, you arrest me right now and command you to come up and out.
So that's her in the background.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel,
All right.
Down the Rabbit Hole News. I am the.
So we reported on this 2 months ago. So This is the video. The video, this video was released by the family, and they said that they were concerned because she had joined a cult. This is what they showed us.
Your time is up. Your time. It is now finished. I pray in the name of Jesus, you are arrested right now and command you to come up and out.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Down the Rabbit Hole News. I am the rabbit.
Two rabbits in one screen. Okay, hold up. What do you guys think? A lot of evangelical churches believe wholeheartedly in laying on of hands. Yes, Shauna B. That is very true. It kind of looks like an apostolic Pentecostal church. I don't be criticizing y'all, whatever you want to believe, but the girl is literally like filing restraining orders against her family because she doesn't want to be contacted by the mother and the cousin, and she's okay. Like, listen, if you were the mom, if you were in that position, what would you guys do? Would you let her be? Would you be like, no, you cannot, I'm gonna be, out here weaponizing law enforcement? She had to go as far as doing that. What do you think? How do we know she's okay? Well, Amy, I mean, law enforcement did a check on her. What else do you want her to do? What else should be done? I guess that's my question. Do we lock her up and say you're not okay? Like, what is your solution, Amy? She's grown. She's well over 36, I think. Let me know. You said I got kicked out of the church because their exorcism didn't work on me. She doesn't have any children in this church, okay? Like, what do you do? And I don't think it's right for the family to break into her apartment and be weaponizing police, honestly. Yes, BJ's like, I'd probably pretend to be in it, enjoying to get closer if my family member was in it. Some folks would. Her husband is the one coming out saying she is fine. She came out and said she's fine. She did a whole interview. She said it on her social media. Her husband said it too. They're all, I don't know. When do we respect people's choices and when do we intervene? That's the question. Yeah, this is why. Like, otherwise, if the husband was keeping her, I don't think that's the case. I honestly don't think that's the case. She spoke out and she did an interview like a month ago. She spoke out on her social media. She let people know. When I did this video, I had a lot of people in my comments say, Rabbit, like, she is just trying to get away from her family who's controlling her. She might be joining a cult, but that might be her choice. She doesn't have any children in the cult. Children can't consent, right? So I'm kind of wondering what y'all think. People are actually allowed to not be okay as long as they aren't in immediate danger. She said her mom will never call the police on her again. They had a whole press conference, So I mean, it's a lot for her. I mean, for her to go as far as letting her mom know, like, you leave me alone, cousin, leave me alone. Leave me alone. It's a hard call. I think why I'm so conflicted on this one, but as long as she isn't hurting anyone, they need to lead her be. It's a hard call for sure. For sure. I would agree with that. She's grown. She can make her own choices. Church looks scary to me, though. It's a different kind of church. I've been to a couple of churches that do all that. I mean, nothing surprises me. Nothing surprises me. She could get locked up. You can't just cry wolf. Yeah, well, there's that too. But she's filed a restraining order against her family. That's how deeply she feels about this church. And I think that that's something that we have to kind of, keep in mind. You said, but she's an adult. Why would her cousin want to control her? They said they were always close, but I guess only time will tell. You're right, Amy. Only time will tell is the only way we could really figure that out, right? Only time will tell. But you said money? Mm. Every church is a little bit different. Every church does a little bit. There's always this controlling aspect of a church, right? It's never just, a place of worship, sometimes there's more to it, and you just kind of have to keep your eyes open. And there's all these false prophets and people that claim to be X, Y, and Z. You just got to keep your eyes open for things like that, because anybody can become a target of it, right? We see this a lot in cults. Now, maybe it's a cult and she has joined one, but that's her choice. She can do that, Definitely. Little Miss, thank you for being a member for 16 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all do me a favor, hit that like button, please, and thank you. Thank you, love, for supporting my channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You said most churches are pyramid schemes. Oh my gosh. It's a lot of mind manipulation. I would agree with you on that. Lots of it. So you just have to kind of keep no church should be manipulating anybody's mind. I'll say that much. But here, sources close to the family spoke to TMZ and deny all allegations of wrongdoing, particularly the claim that everyone else assaulted Carlos. I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you care so much, get off IG, stop harassing me, and call the cops and ask them if I'm missing. Let them know your concerns. Ask them if not one, but 2 different state police departments would accept any expired form of ID. So when they told the family that they had found them, like, they were like denying that was Chanel Banks. Like, the family was like, that's not Chanel Banks, that's somebody else. And they're showing her pictures. It's Chanel. Like, what's wrong with you? And they wouldn't agree that was Chanel. It wasn't until Chanel came forward and did an interview and said, these people need to leave me alone. Shawn says, I don't know. It's a cult if she's going to be tied up in court with family. A cult wouldn't let you go back and forth. That's true. Like, there would be some mind manipulation. They'd hold you back. Maybe your possessions. Excuse me. But I mean, you're right, Shawn. Shout out to you. Thank you for being a member for 3 months. Love, shout out to you. A lot of churches expect you to leave your brain at the door before coming in, right? It's a lot to be said. Thank you, Oregon Valley girl, for telling me to hit that like button, please, and thank you. No one should be able to tie you up in court because they have an opinion. Give me evidence. Is this girl falling apart? Is she in jail? Is she paying bills? Speaking coherently? You're right. Like, what's going on with her? But I think she's fine. I think that why are they trying to force this contact? The family is the cult sometimes. Maybe she's trying to get away from the family. It's weird. They didn't want to acknowledge it was her at first. I wonder why they wouldn't believe it. Right. Suzanne, thank you for being a member for 5 months. Thank you. I mean, it's a lot. Okay, if that was me, I would have to physically see. I would have to go and physically talk to her. I don't think she wants contact with them. It's like she doesn't want. They want access to her. That's what it seems like. She don't want access to them. But you know what, Roxy, I was thinking the same too. I was like, maybe they're pushing for like a conservatorship type of situation. She doesn't want any access to them. And I think for that, like, it's sad, I'm sure, for mom and for everybody involved, but you kind of have to respect her for that. There is no crime that's being committed unless she's, if she's married, she's got a whole husband. What is the issue? The family held a whole press conference outside of the apartment. What is the issue? Let this woman live. She'll come around if she needs y'all. You kind of have to respect people's spaces and boundaries and stuff like that. How were they able to do this whole public campaign to look for her? Didn't the cops just call her immediately? They did, Steve, and then they still wouldn't take the cops. The cops, 2 different states, told the family she's fine. Here's footage of her. She's fine. They even had Chanel show her ID, but because it's expired, they made an issue about it. So my thing is like, what this is weird that you all are pushing to control this woman that doesn't want to have contact with you. I get it. She's your daughter, she's your cousin, but she don't want to talk to you. If I wake up one day and I don't want to have contact with my family, I mean, that's not me, but wouldn't that be my right too? Maybe I'm like going through something and I don't want to talk to them. I think that would have a right to do that. And you're right, Katie, like they're pushing her away. And the family is coming off as the ones with issues because they won't let her be. That's what it is. Like they're the ones. They had a whole press conference outside of the apartment. And they're over here saying that the husband did something to her. They hadn't seen her in days. There was nothing wrong with her. She went to a church thing, came back, and doesn't want contact with them. You know? And Chanel Banks hasn't worked in Hollywood for a couple years. So maybe she's going through something, but she don't want to deal with the family. You know what I mean? Maybe she was like the breadwinner for them back in the day. Well, and then this is the crazy part. They held a whole GoFundMe under her name. A GoFundMe. For what? To find her the missing loved one? But she's not missing? Who would have kept that money? My next door neighbor is a super Baptist, not sure of the sect, and she didn't even leave her husband when he went to prison for raping her granddaughter. Oh my God, Tingle. Oh wow. The family pushy behavior is the only one making the withdrawal. Yeah, like she don't want to have anything to do with that. You know, she's fine. I think we just have to respect. It's sad because they're family. Like, don't get me wrong, but you know, it's sad. Amy, thank you so much for the $8 left. Thank you for being a kind channel, respecting everyone's opinions. Kudos. Thank you. I try, Amy. Shout out to you from Connecticut. I try, Amy. I try. And some of these topics are like all over the place, you know, but we really try to kind of respect each other's opinions here. I will never talk to my family again, even welcome on the really whim. So what I'm saying is like sometimes family members have fallouts and they don't want anything to do with each other. And we just have to respect each other. Thank you, love, again for the $8. Thank you. I think they took the GoFundMe down. Hold up. Chanel Banks GoFundMe. They had like a whole little refund for it. So when she was found or when she came back and was like, I'm fine. Chanel did a whole sit-down interview to let people know that her family was toxic and she didn't want anything to do with them. That's what she did. So so they're still bothering her and she's having to do a freaking restraining order. And I mean, I'm sure that that's sad, but girl, Chanel is like 36, okay? She don't need her family. She's like stepped away from them for a reason. Rabbit really does. Oh, yes. Thank you. Maybe do a little self-reflection. Ask, why did my daughter join a cult and doesn't want contact with me? If they joined a cult. I don't know. She went to a church, the Robert Clancy Church. I think it's in Texas or something. And yeah, I mean, it's different. If we look back at all the corruption these Hollywood actresses and actors will go extreme the other way to release themselves from the force of Hollywood. It's not up anymore. The GoFundMe, and I just looked. It's not up anymore. They jumped into a GoFundMe right away. So you have to kind of side-eye everybody's intentions in this. You know what I mean? That's how I feel, y'all. That's how I feel. But y'all, let me know what you guys think in the comments about this because honestly, I'm kind of wondering how this is going to develop. Maybe the family's going to quietly go away now. Like, you know, maybe this is just not them. What do you guys think about these topics? What do you think about Aaron Carter's estate? Kind of sad situation, but at the same time, I'm like, y'all, you guys took from this young man. Everybody took from this young man. And what do you make of Jayz? Okay, and the Jane Doe, the power imbalances, balances, whatever, and then also Spiro. What do you guys think about all of this? Now, Wim just gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Wimmy. Thank you again for supporting the channel. Y'all put some hearts in the chat if you've been blessed by anybody in the channel. Y'all are amazing. Do me a favor, hit that like button. And I'll see you guys on the next one because I got to go tend to baby bunny. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you. I'll see you guys. Bye. And shout out to BJ in the chat. Bye. Hit the like button. Bye, guys.